Hey, everyone. We're all winding down after a pretty crazy 12 months, folks, hey? And we're going to take stock of it. That's what having a little break over Christmas is all about. And we've put together something cool for you, which we call the Property Investment Essentials. Some episodes from Wealth Coffee Chats, maybe the best of the best. Let's see. And they're going to, remind you of some of the tools, the tips, the techniques, the knowledge, the information, the pontifications, the opinions that we talked about throughout the year, and to hopefully help you navigate your portfolio and wealth journey. This episode, folks, talks about future-proofing your finances and your family and your legacy. So it's a bit of a deep one. So grab a coffee, and you know the drill. Let's have a Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. And if you're keen to dive a little bit deeper into what it might take to grow your property portfolio or start it in 2024, make sure you click on the link down below, and you can register for one of our upcoming property investor webinars and have a chat to the team and see what our strategies, ideas, and techniques are all about. So that's it from me, folks. You guys enjoy. Take care. Bye for now. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Marvellous Monday. Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are. If you think it's Get Rich Quick, you're in the wrong place. This is the wrong podcast. This is the wrong life for you. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Hope you're all awesome and well. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Marvellous Monday. Out and about. Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are. Good to see a few of you on already. A few of the early birds, Luke and Tim. Morning to you, fellas. How you doing? I'll do the quick warm-ups and intros while things are getting going. A few of you are jumping on now, which is awesome. Jason Witten's my name. Most of you know that already, though. Good to see you. If you didn't already know, welcome to a catch-up, a bit of a Wealth Coffee Chat where we hang out and talk about investing, property investing, a few different things, ideas, information, pontifications, opinionations. That's not even a real word, is it? Opinionations. But mostly some facts, trying to sort out a bit of the fact from fear when it comes to the world of investing. There's always some turkey or muppet out there trying to convince you that the world's ending, especially when it comes to real estate. The market's going to crash. Yeah, well, I've been doing this 22 years, folks. And I've seen the definition of their crashes. And I wouldn't call it a crash. I think that's a bit of an overkill. There has been adjustments in prices, adjustments in market momentum, but certainly a crash as comparing property markets to the share market, absolute chalk and cheese, not even the same. Anyway, there you go. Off on a little tangent already, but welcome along. Try and dive into a few things as we hang out and talk about the world of investing, property investing indeed. Let's see what we can do from that. Anyway, welcome along. So today I thought it was interesting. I was chatting, I've been reading a little bit about passing on wealth in the world of investing. Now, put it in the chat. Let me know. There's a few of you on already. Is part of your plan when you, create your portfolio to either help family members or those around you. It might be your children, might be other family members, but, help family members. And then you may not have thought of this just yet. You might, into the future, maybe you want the wealth. Yep. Legacy, Tim. Yep. The wealth to become some sort of legacy for the future for you. Some setup, some, pay it forward, something. Anyway, whatever it might be. It might be charities. It might be, your family creating something quite special, whatever that might be. And that's certainly part of my plan. I want to be able to, help my kids and my family get a good start. And, I'm very passionate about education. That's why positive, and this mentoring and coaching program exists. And, we pay it forward in a number of ways. We've now built 17 schools around the world. 6,000 kids go to school every day. That's kind of a legacy. I want that to continue into the future for me, for whatever reason, it's mine. Whatever reason, it's yours. But part of it is this legacy, the idea of passing it on. That's what I'm working through with my family and my children and my wife and so on. Right now, my children are sort of 18 and 20. My oldest two, my youngest one's 13. What does it look like? Those questions are there. Now, maybe it's a bit early for you. Maybe that's the right timing, whatever it is. What's the question? And it's like, okay, how do we do it? What do we got to keep an eye out for? So, and some of the answers are interesting. So I thought I might share a little bit of that today, folks, as we go along. Now, what percentage, I don't know if anyone knows this, if you're listening, and I'll get into it in a second, but what percentage of let's say wealth, family wealth, succeeds on being passed on to the second generation and then continued to grow? Chuck a percentage in the chat if you think you might know. Have a guess. Anyway, have a guess. And this is, depending on which, where, and when, obviously, but there's a little bit of a stat floating around out there. I looked it up and I thought it'd be interesting to look at, right? Good morning, Aaron. How you going, mate? So there's the drill. Here's the drill. Check out this. It's estimated that only 33% of family-controlled businesses and wealth, survive to the second generation. So that's what I could find. Yep, a small amount, Luke, by the look of things. And 70% of the wealth transfers family, which includes wealth outside their operating businesses. So this is failed within 3 generations. Now, that's pretty interesting, a pretty interesting stat. Hey, if you're building a portfolio, a property portfolio, and passing it on to the next generation, what's going on? What's the drill, right? So here's the general gist of it, right? We're all out there accumulating. You guys have seen a version of this that I've talked about before, especially when it comes to property. The version that we all sort of talk about is the acquisition, the consolidation, and then the lifestyle. Okay. But down the bottom here, this is kind of a different version of it. It's like, all right, let's acquire some things. Let's improve our wealth from where we are to where we want to be. That's the dollar amount. That might be 5. That might be 6 properties. It might be, 3 properties, a share portfolio and a business. It might be all sorts of combinations of things. Then, we want to make sure in this period of time that there's a positive amount that we get to use, either cash flow or liquidity and the value of your property, so you can use that for life. And then at some point, whatever that is in the future, we might want to say, right, well, what is my community legacy? What's my family legacy? What's my transfer look like? And it's an interesting question because it seems simple to think about. However, there's quite a lot of technical things to think about as we go along. So, what does that look like? Why do wealth transfers fail? All right. And this is some research in the world of, wealth management. If your family wealth is around about sort of $20 million, well, there's these things called family offices. I don't know if anyone's heard of a family office. It's where, the wealth it transfers from, an individual or, you managing the wealth, and it transfers to a group of paid professionals, right? And then you manage this group of paid professionals, and it can happen around about 20 million. It used to be a little bit more, but from 0 to 20 million, what are you going to do? What are the things to keep an eye on as we grow our wealth and make sure, if it's your plan,
to pass it on and make sure it does what you want it to do. Because hey, this is your game of cricket. This is your bat and ball. You design whatever you want it to do and see if you can put some structure around it, folks, as we go along. So the number one, 60% lack of communication and trust within the family. It's a weird thing, right? It's a weird thing. What do they say? What are the 3 or 4 main things that people say you shouldn't talk about? Put them in the chat. PG version, of course. But what are the things you say you shouldn't talk about at a dinner party, folks? Is probably the question. This is the thing, like, who was brought up to say, hey, you got to be polite and don't ask people questions or talk about these things. And one of them, folks, is money, right? What do they say? You don't talk about money, sex, religion, and politics. Yeah, religion, politics, and money. There you go. Right? So why not? Why don't we talk about money? Well, I think that's an important thing. And lack of communication and trust within the family. Do you talk about money with your children or the people that you might be thinking about passing it on to and get to know and understand football? That's true. Don't talk about the rugby league at the moment, actually, Vanessa. I know there's many different versions of football, but feeling a little bit bruised and battered after Penrith beat the Broncos in the grand final. But anyway, there you go. And Brizzy lost in the AFL as well. Anyway, there you go. So money. So do you talk about money? What do we need to talk about as a family? What do we need to work out? Failure to prepare inheritors. Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing to prepare those that may take on the responsibility of managing our wealth? One of the things that we recognize here at Positive when we do our coaching and mentoring program, and most of you would know this if you're in our coaching and mentoring program, your children, if you join, your children are able to join for the same investment. Okay, so it's a family investment is what we're saying. So let's say mum and dad have got teenage children. They join our coaching and mentoring program. They build their property portfolio. The kids turn 18, 19, 20, whatever. They're automatically part of our coaching and mentoring program for lifetime, folks. Lifetime coaching and mentoring on property investing. Because we recognize that, if you can invest together as a family, then, hey, that's pretty cool too. I like that. Anyway, there you go. What else? Lack of family purpose. That's something there. And failures in financial planning and tax planning and investments. You would have thought it'd be more like that, wouldn't you? You would have thought, they didn't get the investments right or whatever it might be. Interesting. Isn't that interesting? Anyway, there you go. Something to think about as we build a plan, to go into the future with our wealth as investors and a family, right? So what else? What else is going on according to this research? Okay. What aspects would you like? What would work well? And these aren't surprising, these ones, I don't think, because for most of you in our coaching and mentoring program, those who are educating themselves, well, these make common sense, right? These make common sense. So, it's good to see that we're on the right track together, team. A comprehensive financial plan to ensure smooth intergenerational wealth transfer. Well, most of you are talking with your accountant and financial planner about the acquisition of your portfolio and your properties, as we go. There you go. Nice, Luke. Exactly. Talk to your children about it because it's not being taught at school. They're teaching other things that at school that may not necessarily transfer into wealth schools. That's for sure. Collaborating with experienced professionals, lawyers, financial advisors, etc., for wealth transfer. So, get a plan together. Fancy that. Okay. You want to build a property portfolio? Well, folks, create a plan. There's an idea, right? There's an idea. Create a plan. Get some experienced people around you or some good advisors, and understand how to transfer it effectively, especially with tax. Folks, tax management and tax minimization is the name of the game. At the end of the day, if you set it up well, you understand when and how and what, you can manage effectively transfers of wealth, because tax is the number one expense. Tax is our number one grotty expense when it comes to us creating wealth. Our life that we put into all of this, government sits there and puts their grotty hand out and acts like a bunch of muppets. But anyway, that's for another day. Can you minimize that? Can you manage that? Yes, you can if you're smart and knowing what you're doing. Setting up a foundation or a trust. Well, what does that mean? That's something that we don't cover at Positive per se, but that's something that might be worth having on your radar. Devise an investment strategy. Yep. I like property. You like property. It works. There's no debate. Its weakness. Its weakness, folks, is its liquidity. We might talk about that at another time. Its ability to release cash and capital fast, in comparison. I see that as a strength. There's kind of two sides to the same coin. I like that you can't sell it quickly. Because if it was like the share market, the property prices would be up and down like a bloody yo-yo. The good time Charlies would be ruining everything. Anyway, how's this one? Education for family members. Like it. Get educated together. Communication, a leadership and decision-making plan. Love it. Governance, a weird word, but it works. And a team, folks, a 6-star team as we go along. So, are we on track? Yeah. There's a few things there. There might be some structural things that you might have to think about and take a look at. So I like that, checking in, the idea if your wealth grows to, a significant amount. I know I have many clients and customers who don't only, who don't only just, I don't even know how to say that, are not just investing in property. They're investing in businesses. They're investing in shares. They're investing in all sorts of interesting things, and their wealth is growing. Some of them are many, many tens of millions of, net worth. They are installing family offices to take care of some of this stuff at that level, because it starts to pick up pace. And, what does that mean? And we're, myself and Andy Fenton are doing a little bit of education in and around this family office. We're calling it the shared family office for the moment. Those between 5 and 20 million mark, understanding how this works, which is kind of cool. So there you go. Is there something in your investing that you might need to have a think about? What does the future look like? One thing that really helped myself and our family is my wife and I read this book, actually. Leave you with a little book to read at the end of this. The 3 Big Questions for a Frantic Family. Good book, good read. Patrick Lencioni, I love his stuff. If you ever want to read some cool bits and pieces, then Patrick Lencioni does some great, business books and leadership books as well. But the 3 Big Questions for a Frantic Family. Patrick Lencioni, go buy it. It's good. It talks about, family values and putting together like a thing that the family all, talks about and believes in. Anyway, there you go. That's it. Done and dusted today. Have you got a plan? Have you thought about what it might take or what the future might look like? We all, many of us have ideas of passing things on, but have you thought through it more than just that? Just that's probably not the right way to say it, but there you go. All right, folks, that's it. Wealth Coffee Chat done and dusted for today. Good to see you. Thanks for joining me. Come along tomorrow for another one. If you're up for it, we'll do it again tomorrow, 8:10. Tell your friends, tell your family, bring all the people who need to know this stuff. There you go. And we'll hang out again tomorrow and do the do. You guys know the drill. We've got a couple of sayings around here. This thing's a marathon, not a sprint. Takes time to create the wealth that you want through real estate. Buy a good property and don't damn well sell it. Keep the thing. Buy well, don't sell. All right, folks. That's it from me. You guys take care. Good to see you. Bye for now. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chats. Marvellous Monday. Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are. If you think it's Get Rich Quick, you're in the wrong place. This is the wrong podcast. This is the wrong life for you. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Hope you're all awesome and well.